The good. The bad. The ugly.
What is up, everybody? I'm your host, Shake Money. Sorry for the delay. My laptop crapped out on me, so it's not working. And my backup isn't working, so I got to do a video straight off the phone. I know the quality isn't going to be as the same, but it is what it is, man. So let's get to the guest right now. This guest is one of the reasons why I wanted to do YouTube. I met him. I first saw him in the Finn's tailgate with El Capitan chopping it up with Mike on the mic. I am going to present the man with the golden voice, the one, the only, Mr. Culler Comentary. Welcome to the program. Sorry, it's not the best quality, but you know what I mean.
Nope, no problem, man. I know how it is, man. I've worked in that industry for many moons. We're not allowed to use the word fluke.
Yeah. Nope.
No, we got weather rolling in down here too. Could cause issues, but hey, we'll muddle through it, man. That's how we roll down here.
Yeah, I'm right. Cat for Life, I need to get a phone stand. What's up, Cat for Life? How you doing, my brother? Shout out to Cat for Life. And I appreciate everybody. Michael, of course, you know Michael K's up in here.
Oh, he wouldn't miss it for the world. He's trying to clip me.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry again. That's Raphael Courtright. Yeah, I wish I had a concussion. John Fitline. What's going on? So, tell me what you've been on the tailgate. I guess almost from the beginning, right? What made you get involved at the capacity you're at?
Yeah, almost from the beginning. It was, Cap started. El Capitan started it around November. I forget which. What year and 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago now, or yeah, end of 2021, I think.
Yeah.
And I had been kind of floating around the different channels for a while. I've been a long time TD supporter, and watching the guys on the Finn side, Brian Cat and Paul, Paul Pickin and them guys, and kind of just chatting it up with everybody in chat. And I found my way to the Finn's tailgate just because of, they end up, popping up somewhere on your feed, when you're looking at other Dolphin content. So I kind of came around chopping it up there, and the El Capitan likes to start up open panels, so I finally figured I got aggravated by something, like I always do, and I just had enough and said, you know what, I can handle this. It ain't politics. I could probably nothing to fear here. So I just hit the link and came up and started talking, and El Capitan had told me he'd been kind of seeing me in chat, dropping some fairly witty comments, and wanted to see if I would, like to talk a little more and kind of do my own thing. I was already starting up my own channel and wanted to start up my own brand. Had come up with the Culler Comentary, branding and all that, and figured, well, I'm kind of behind the 8 ball in the YouTube world. The easiest way to get up faster is to join a team of guys to do it and have more hands and minds on the situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have my own channel, and thank you to my 205 subscribers over there, because I really don't put any content out on it. I can't, at the moment, because I've been devoting all my energy to helping build the tailgate. So, but you can find me here. This is my home. And I kind of just parlayed my name into something that made sense, and it kind of actually is the way I think. Culler Comentary. I'm gonna cull out the nonsense and you know, give you what's is as real as possible. You know, so that's that's where it comes from, and naturally the CD works out.
By the way, this is what Michael K said. You don't have to worry about it. So he has a lot of respect, and even Cat for Life chiming in saying, "Culler, you help me be a better person."
Well, I appreciate that. It's cool because I can hardly make myself a better person. But that's acknowledging that is probably what makes people a better person, is when when you can know self-deprecation is the key to life, man. You got to be able to look inward and tear yourself down and correct yourself before you face everybody. So
what's up, Crypto? Hope you're doing well. So
coming by, all right.
One of the questions I asked you, I can't bring it up, is one of the funniest thumbnail I've seen was you in a Marlins pitching address. Can you please explain?
We still have that one.
It's bad. If you look it up, yeah, I seen you. You're in the mound pitching address.
Yeah, that was one of the first. There was the background story to that is that one of our other kind of ground members, team members that helped build early on, y'all might remember him, Mike on the mic. Him and I had gotten into a little debate, I guess you could call it, on one of the panels one night, and it got a little more heated than normal. And I said something to the effect of, I made a bet basically that would be cashed in by me wearing a sundress on the show. Is basically the gist of it. And so HB, our fine graphic artist / executive producer in the back, y'all know him, y'all love him.
Yeah, I do too.
He decides to create this thumbnail where I'm in a Marlins pitching uniform with my head on it, pitching a sundress at Mike on the mic. And it was like one of the first kind of, comical to that level, comical thumbnails, because we had just started getting in the groove of, hey, we got to make thumbnails to help the algorithm and all that, and so great work on HB. That's one of my favorites as well. That was one of the first ones where I thought, nobody's ever done a caricature of me before like that.
Yeah, man, my favorite character.
It was kind of flattering, actually.
Yeah, one of my favorite characters of HB did was my shake and bake.
Right.
Yeah, so when I first saw that, I was like, oh man, I love it. Thank you, HB. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's flattering, man. You're like, wow, people want to laugh at you or laugh with you, then that says something about their character,
Yeah, Crypto. Shout out to Sundress.
Oh yeah, Crypto was around in them days. He remembers.
Oh yeah, man. I used to watch it all the time, man. I used to watch all the replays the following day because I used to sleep early. So I would wake up, bring my. By the way, speaking of which, I'm going to have a nice cup of color. I'm gonna have some Irish coffee. Hold the coffee. So here we go, Irish coffee. Hold the coffee.
Yeah, man. I might have to make you do a monologue and go brew myself a cup real quick.
But no, yeah. One of the things I always want to tell you is I appreciate the fact that you're one of the ones that welcomed me aboard and helped me through this journey, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, and I appreciate you always. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you always telling me, you listen in the morning. That made me feel like I was doing something for a purpose, because I know how it is to be riding to work, and especially if you got a decent commute, and or drive for a living. Like if you drive, like a delivery route of some kind, or a service route of some kind, you're just like, oh, it's so monotonous. And to have, to be able to fire up somebody and listen to that and all that, I know how you felt, and I really appreciate you always listening and tuning to me and relying on me for that, because it makes it worth doing. I was that guy, Could be again.
I mean, at the end of the day, what's going on was the thing about it is too is I appreciate you guys appreciate each other.
He knows how we roll.
I appreciate you guys.
Couldn't resist that one.
Yes, and I appreciate you appreciating us, appreciating each other. But anyway,
we appreciate you all listening and appreciating everything, appreciating the comedy that Adam is appreciating.
But no, all right. Here's time for the $1 million question. What made you a Dolphins fan?
I'm sorry?
What made you a Dolphins fan?
The water. No, I'm just kidding. So, you know, I grew up in South Florida. I was born in Stuttgart, Germany. My dad was in the service and kind of came over here right away. I was 6 months old when I first moved over here, and you know, so I've been in South Florida most of my life, and in the Palm Beach County area, and you know, so when I was in elementary school back in gosh, 83 or so, it was the year that David Woodley took us to the Super Bowl in the strike year. And I didn't know nothing about football or anything. I was oblivious to all that stuff, you know, little kindergartner, you know. And the whole school was you know, decorated in Miami Dolphins gear for that year because we were going to the Super Bowl. And there was a day much like today. It's pouring out. That squall line just hit, man. It's like I might have to like take cover or something. But it was a day much like today, and my little kindergarten Culler was sitting there waiting for his mom to pick him up out at the elementary school nearby, and it started pouring, and man, I was scared. But I just remember all that aqua and orange everywhere, and then a year or two later, you know, we get, you know, Dan Marino starts, you know, taking the league by storm and all that, and I just naturally started to learn football and assumed to be a Miami fan from the get-go. So you're talking 84 or 85, where it's just like, okay, now I want to know what everybody's doing, and I'm naturally a Dolphin fan. Why would I be anything else?
Yep.
From South Florida, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much how. And then, of course, strengthened over the years and my dad will deny this. I just talked to him about it recently, and he kind of laughed and denied it. But strengthened by my dad always picking on me for being a Dolphin fan, you know. So I kind of grew up with a Pete character. Maybe that's why I take him so much easier than everybody else. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just reminds me of my old man, where it's like, yeah, keep laughing. Marino's gonna do it, you know. And of course, we all know that never happened, but whatever. So, you know, I bleed aqua, man. You know how it is.
For sure, man. And tell me, of course, you see the thumbnail. It's the U hat with Skylar Thompson's signature on it. Tell me how that come about.
Well, I had I'll go back a little bit, because when it came about, there was something I did that maybe not everybody would be aware of, the comic value behind it, the comedic value behind it. But from the get-go, since we drafted Skylar Thompson, I made it clear that I didn't think that type of name, and no offense to Skylar, it's a great name, but it's not the type of name you would ever imagine to be in like the Hall of Fame or a household name. You know what I mean? Like Skylar Thompson, you know, like, okay. And no offense to him, great name, again, just not a football name, you know. And I kind of ran with that joke a little bit, and I became known for that, you know. Everybody always asked me, what about this guy? Is this a football name? You know, that type of thing. I even want to do a segment where I just give random names and you have to decide whether it's a football name or a faux name, like whether I just made it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we were at training camp last year. I think probably the first day that I went, not the first day, but the first day I went. And after practice, you can go down near the end zone and kind of wait for people to sign autographs and all that. And Skylar and Teddy were just standing there shooting the breeze after practice. And so I yelled over to Skylar and I said, "Hey, Skylar Thompson, the best name in football." And he looks over me and kind of raises his eyebrow. He walks over gingerly. And I wasn't expecting to get anybody's autograph. So I had nothing but my Hurricanes hat to give him. Right. So I hand him my Hurricanes hat. He looks down at the hat, looks back up at me, raises his eyebrow again, like almost as if to say, I went to Kansas State, right? And then he kind of slowly signed the hat, and handed it back to me. So he's a good dude.
That's what's up, man. QB number 2.
Yeah, and man, a lot larger than life in person than you'd realize. Him and Teddy, man, stood really tall.
Wow. I mean,
I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, usually when you're like, for instance, when I used to, by the way, this Saturday we're gonna do the wrestling talk again. But I used to look at Virgil. I seen Virgil. He was Ted DiBiase's, lackey, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I seen him in person. And I'm like, damn, this guy is freaking huge, man. Because when he's standing next to the wrestlers, he looks just like a normal human being. But damn, when you get around these wrestlers, I first seen the wrestlers up and close and personal. You realize how massive these human beings are. Right.
You realize what separates a real athlete from the average person that's like, I'm going to go out for the team next year. Like, okay. Now, on the other token, you can have some guys that are much tinier than you expected them to be, But that happens too. I think Jim Harbaugh was one that really surprised me at how small a guy he really is. For how successful he turned out to be as a quarterback, he was really, really small. I caught him coming out of Joe Robbie one night. Actually, it was Pro Player Park that night. It was named. I think it was a Monday night game or a Sunday night game, and he was coming out after the game where everybody tries to get autographs, through the fence. And he actually had some pretty decent, he was all casual, had some, sockless penny loafer type look, you know what I mean? And the dude wasn't more than he wouldn't have stood over me.
Yeah.
I'm 6 even, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, this dude's really small. I thought that was one of those times where you think, man, maybe I really can go out for the team. But, these guys are great. These guys are awesome when you see them in person. But yeah, there it sits right there. You can see it. The hat itself.
By the way, I'm gonna put you on the same spot I put Dr. Reginald in. Being that you played wide receiver, you excluding the Marx brothers and Tyreek Hill, give me your top 5 wide receivers for the Dolphins
of all time.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have put Tyreek Hill in there anyway, so we didn't have to exclude him. But
and the Marx brothers too.
And the Marx. Oh, that's tough. Maybe I would have included Tyreek since I can't include the Marx brothers. Wow, that's a good one. My next go-to after the Marx brothers, when I need a clutch catch, when I need somebody to lay out for the ball, pointed toes and everything, I'm going to Tony Martin.
Tony Martin?
Yep, Tony Martin. And then I'd probably have to go with, if we're going while he was here, then no. But if you're talking about, wow, what he did in his career, you'd have to go with Wes Welker. And I don't know if this is in any particular order or not.
No, you don't have to. Just give me.
Okay, so I got Wes Welker, Tony Martin, Irving Fryer, Chris Chambers. And I got one more, right? I know I'm leaving out somebody important. Raw ability, maybe Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall.
Oh, I know who I'll put. Number
that?
5, or my 5th one. Marty Booker.
Marty Booker.
Yeah, I really liked Marty Booker. We needed to get him from Chicago a lot earlier than we did, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. Oh man, but I mean, one thing as I've been doing in the blender, right? And you built the ultimate team. The one thing that has changed that's changed is the wide receivers. When you look at, I think if you by position, right? We've had more good wide receivers in wide receiver groups than any other position on this team.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. We've always pretty much had solid guys.
From Chris Chambers, from OJ McDuffie, from Tyreek Hill, from Orlando Gaskins.
OJ and Aronde. I mean, how could I leave them guys out, you know?
I mean, so that's what I'm saying, man. Look at that.
Hard.
So,
I even have a signed Aronde Gadsden hat. That orange one right down there, that's a positive, what do you call it? A TPP hat. From, what is it? The Positive Porpoise? Is that what they're called?
Give me a second.
But it's a cancer awareness hat that's signed by Aronde Gadsden. That was given to me as a prize / gift from our friend Batman over at Phin-Addict. I'm coming through on your other list. There you go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you are.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The video's a little choppy, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me good?
Yep.
Perfect.
Like I said, the video is a little weird, but
oh man. So can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, it's out of sync, but we can hear you. Well, I heard you a minute ago anyway. Keep talking. The whole internet's like, look at these couple of boomers. Let's see what the audience thinks. Y'all can hear me, right? Because I'll entertain y'all's asses for a couple minutes. Shake's been having technical difficulties. He had a computer crash on his main computer. That's why he was on the phone in the first place. I got a thunderstorm going on in the background. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's pretty nice. Pretty decent little thunderstorm going on right now down here in Palm Beach. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I got the Aronde Gadsden sign hat from Batman, and that bottle of beer is definitely empty. I don't drink, so. And the newest addition to my background would be this booger right here, this lamp that just showed up at my door one day. I just got that lamp. So anyway, shout out to half of you in the audience. The other half can kick rocks. I'm kidding. B McD, I see you, buddy. Raphael Courtright, how you doing? Cat for life, as always. Liz, the eccentric gnome. The eccentric gnome. Bleezy 38, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while. Big Nick, how you doing, Big Nick? Let's see who else we got in here. Crypto came rolling through. True Blazer. Oh yeah, True Blazer was trying to scream OJ at me. I missed it. I don't know why I left out OJ. Let's see. Why would it bring tears to my face? Oh, tears of joy. If you're talking about. Big Nick says, will a Dolphins Super Bowl win after 50 plus years bring real tears to Culler's face? Yeah, real tears of joy. Like I would,
Hell yeah.
bro.
Me too.
Big Nick, I teared up when Greg Camarillo walked off that touchdown against the Ravens, man. That teared me up, that play. I mean, that was like, there ain't no way we're going 0-16, man. No way. And so when we won that game, man, it was like, oh my God, thank holy God that we're not one of those teams. And it brought a tear to my eye. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah, I'm not too far from you, Adam. I'm up in suburban West Palm area now, like near Palm Springs, Lake Worth, like Forest Hill and Jog area. And it's storming pretty bad right now. But Jose M, how you doing? Yes, it is Tua time. It is always Tua time. Because if it wasn't Tua time, we got problems. Eric Cooley, how you doing? Yeah, I almost should have added him to that list, that 5, just because of he saved us from an 0-16 season. But yeah, I mean, you can't leave out the old dogs either. I mean, there's Paul Warfield. I mean, this unbelievable receiver. You know. And so many others throughout the years. I mean, even Mike Wallace was a decent receiver. He just didn't do nothing for us. You know.
Your boy Pete is in the building.
Yeah, how do you like it, Pete? They got the blue a little off, but on camera, it's actually not too bad. It looks a little more aqua on camera than it does in real life, I must admit. But hey, you know, I still love it. You gotta take what you can get. The coffee mug is perfect. The coffee mug C is absolute perfect aquamarine. As if it was color coded. But yeah, you can all get these in the you know where to get them at, right, Shake? I don't want to do that. This is hilarious.
Phin-Addict, yeah, Phin-Addict, man. .com.
Not this one?
No, not Phin-Addict. The FinsTailgate.com. Yeah.
TFTGnetwork.com.
TFTGnetwork.com. There you go. My bad. The TFTGnetwork.com.
Yep, we got them in the merch store. We got coffee mugs too, stickers for your laptop, you know, or your car. Man, imagine rolling around and seeing a CC sticker on a car, man. That'd be cool. So you got to be the first one to do it.
And by the way, Great One DeVore has already signed up to be in Pete's panel. So
awesome. That's going to be fun.
That is.
Fun to watch anyway. I don't plan to take part in it because I don't know what side I'd fall on.
Me neither.
I'm a no faith guy. I guess that makes me a detractor. I don't know. I also don't think he can't do it. Like I'm not you know what I mean? Like I'm not declaring one way or the other. I'm saying I don't have faith in either one. I wouldn't bet that he can't, and I wouldn't bet that he can. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. So I don't know what side I'd be on. I'd be like you. I'd be a good referee.
Yeah. Thank you.
Who did? He says not over the 5 I named. Who did Big Nick name? I forget.
Well, we didn't. I didn't give him a.
Oh, you didn't give him that. I mean, in the chat, he probably listed him in chat. Let's see. Yeah, I'll change out Brandon Marshall for a Rondé or OJ McDuffie. Yeah.
So, can you name some of the greatest moments in your Dolphin fandom?
Oh, I've got one in particular already on the top of my head. I'm really glad you asked that question.
All right. Give me a second.
I wish I could show it if the NFL wasn't so anal about illustrating clips, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a game back in like 91, I believe it was. Could have been 90. But we opened the season against the New England Patriots. And we had not won against the Patriots on opening day in like the last 7 meetings or something, right? And Dan Marino threw like 4 interceptions that day. And we were down by like 20 points in the fourth quarter. And we battled back, man, and we took the lead on this play that I'll never forget. I've got it on VHS. I'll never forget it. You know, Dan Marino on a simple play action rolls out and just puts an absolute rocket into Tony Page between 3 defenders to take the lead and eventually secure the game. You know, and that was one of those times where it's like, that was one of those Marino comebacks, you know what I mean? That only he could orchestrate. And that was followed up. We had because back then there was no running down to the goal line and kneeling to burn out the time. Nobody did that. You would have lost your job as a head coach for having somebody do that back then, right? As logical as it is now, you wouldn't have done that back then. So there was still like a minute 37 left on the clock or something after we took the lead. And Lewis Oliver put this hit on a receiver and separated him from the ball on their next drive that basically ended the game, ended their opportunity to retake the lead, that I'll also never forget. So all around that game against the New England Patriots is probably one of the ones that sticks in my memory the most.
Yeah.
Like my whole life, it's stuck. That's been the one that I go to when somebody asks me that question.
Now, is that 1987? You're welcome, Pete, by the way. About Great One DeVore. But so what do you let me ask you, so was it the 1987 one, the game, or is it the 94 game?
It was either 90 or 91.
Okay. And what would be the second memorable game you've been to? I'll say, give me 5. It doesn't have to be games. It could be tailgates. It could be anything Dolphins related.
I'll wrap up in one game all of the times that Jason Taylor completely took over a football game in the fourth quarter and like scored to win the game for us.
Yeah.
I'll wrap all of those ones up into one game. Then there's obviously the Greg Camarillo walk-off. The Miami Miracle. I mean, I could stick with the Dolphins without going, outside the organization for those, but it was fun to watch Buffalo get destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys, in the Super Bowl, but it just reminded me that we weren't there and should have been there.
That's true.
But
enough
about me. How about you?
Yeah, it's all about you, Culler. So, man, I would say, all right, you ready to do the numbers game?
I am. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stink at it, but hold on. Let me get my Google page. No kidding.
Anybody in chat want to give me a number, and let's do this. All right, 94. Let's start with 94. Who's 90? Who do you think of when you hear 94?
94. That sounds like a Tim Bowens, maybe? No. 94. Carlos Dansby, maybe.
Dansby was 58.
And what was Bowens was like 99 or something, or 98 or something, right?
I think it was 93.
I'm sorry, 93. And have we ever even had a 94? How about David?
Yeah,
David
we have
Bowens?
one on the team right now. We have one on the team right now.
A 94.
on the team right now.
Okay. Is it Wilkins or
Yep.
Sealy?
Wilkins.
Okay.
Oh, Randy Starks was 94.
Randy Starks. Okay.
All right. Another number will be 19.
19. I mean, I got it written on a hat right there.
Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, I figured I'd give you that one. All right. 83.
Don't kill me if I get him reversed. Mark Duper.
All right. I got one better for you. All right. These last three numbers, right? These last three numbers are going to have a correlation, and I want to see if you can get the correlation. All right. No. Better. I have four. It's going to be.
By the way, my uninterruptible power supply just saved us.
This is up. Okay, number 50.
Number 50. Ooh, that's a tough one. When I hear 50, I have a name at the top of my head, but I can't, or the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of who it is. 50. Not, what's his name? Kuchenberg. Is that his name? 50. Who wore 50? That was a message from the old toothless one that you just heard, also known as Thor.
Pete, look at the answer. Pete gave it to you.
That?
Look at the. Pete gave you that one.
Oh, there's some good ones. Dwight Hollier, Olivier Vernon. Yeah,
Okay,
Dwight
perfect.
Hollier, yeah.
All right, 21. Here's number
21. Maybe, no, Buckley was 22, right? Let's see. Grimes that wore it? I thought maybe, no, Buckley was 22. I'd say Grimes wore 21.
Grimes were 20.
Yeah.
Grimes, Vontae Davis.
Vontae Davis. Yeah. Isn't he the guy that quit somebody in the middle of a game?
Quit Buffalo. Yeah, he quit Buffalo.
Oh, well, that's understandable.
26.
26. Gosh, these are some crazy ones, man. 26. Who knows 26?
I'm gonna mess you up with this one because there's a theme to this. So 26.
Well, if there's a theme, then we're going somewhere. 26 is Ahmed, Savon Ahmed.
Yep, and he signed, and I got his autograph too. Number 26. Number 26.
Oh yeah. Buckley was 27. Raphael, you're right.
And last but not least, 15.
15.
Shout out to my man Anthony Pialucci in the building. What's going on? Thank you for stopping by, man. Again, I apologize for the poor quality on my behalf. My laptop crapped out, and the show must go on. 15.
Oh, that's my boy right here. I'll show you 15. There's number 15 right there.
Who's that?
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. All right.
It was more to put the you in your freaking eyes.
Yeah, speaking of which, you know what my theme was? Did you know my theme of the day? Those numbers? No?
Maybe they're all really good Florida Gators or something.
No, they're all University of Miami players.
Oh,
50 was Olivier Vernon. 21 was Frank Gore. 26 was Miller, and 15 was your boy.
and I got one hurricane. Right.
All four of them were Hurricanes.
You're mean, Shake. Who wore 22 for the Dallas Cowboys? Quick, hurry up, quick.
Smith. Smith?
Fair enough. You could have said 88.
Michael Irving?
Yeah, I mean. Oh, but he's not a Dolphin, so that wouldn't have worked.
So it's that time, man, where we do the ultimate team. And I already marked your quarterback as Skylar Thompson.
Sage Rosenfeld.
Sage Rosenfeld. That's even better.
No, I'd have to go with my boy Dan. I mean,
what formation are you running, by the way?
What? I'm sorry?
What formation are you running?
Oh, you had to ask me that, didn't you? I'm going to go 4 wide with a single back.
Okay. Who's your back? Ricky?
My back would probably be Ricky, yeah.
Wide receivers?
I'm going to go Chambers, obviously. Tony Martin. Duper. And Wes Welker.
Martin. Duper. And Welker.
We probably actually had that lineup at one point, minus Chambers. You know?
All right. About the O-line?
I'm going to go with Dwight Stevenson at center.
Okay.
And I had actually a couple because I had these set before because I knew this was coming. Hold on a second. Let me pull some of these guys up that I had. So I don't, because you know, I'm not sure whether they played guard or tackle or whatever. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn here. Let's see. Yeah, see, he was a center tackle guard and played all for us. So yeah, so at right tackle, I'm gonna go, or I'm sorry, at right tackle, I'm gonna go Jeff Dellenbach.
Dellenbach.
Yep. What that was, I said that was right tackle. Okay. And on the left tackle, it's who's protecting Marino's blind side. That's gonna be. I'm gonna put Webb over there. Webb is a tackle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pair him up with his buddy on the left. I'm gonna put both him and Sims on the left. Keith Sims, left guard.
Who's the right guard now?
I haven't picked a right guard yet. I'm trying to think of guys who were there. Right guard's gonna be. Gosh, I don't know. Who was a right guard for us?
We got Hunt. We got Hunt. What about Incognito? Was he a left guard?
Let's look, because I probably would take incognito. He was a guard, and he played both. So he mostly played left, but he played both for St. Louis. Yeah, I'll go with Richie.
Okay.
As long as he can get along with everybody.
Not bullying anybody. And finally, your defense formation.
Oh, I didn't get to pick a tight end.
No, but you got 4 wideouts.
Oh, I don't even have one tight end. That's right. That's right. I might have to change that then.
So you got Chambers, Marty Booker, Duper, and Wes Welker. You can take one of them out and put a tight end.
Wait a minute. I got 4 wide receivers. Center. I forgot about the center. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, we'll go without a tight end, I guess. Right. But had I used a tight end,
we'll do an honorable mention.
Farrell Edmonds. Tony Page. Well, Tony Page was a fullback, but I'd also go Keith Byers, Keith Jackson, or Farrell Edmonds. One of those.
Or any of those Keiths, right? Sweat. So, what's your formation?
Crash Jensen.
Defense? No defense?
Defense. I'm gonna go with a 4-3.
Okay. Jason Taylor, I guess, is one of them.
Of course. Jeff Cross. Tim Bowens.
Okay.
Who am I leaving out?
And then not Durham Smythe, he said, crypto. And you need another end.
Another end. All right, chat. Give me some names on DN. Who else we got?
Wale Agunlie.
I said Tim Bowens, but didn't we have a David Bowens too?
Wasn't that singer?
Cam Wake?
Yeah, Wake.
Okay, I'll go Cam Wake.
Wakezilla. And then outside linebackers, I'm sure Phillips has got to be one of them.
Yes, Jalen Phillips, definitely. The other one outside would be
middle linebacker, of course, Zach Thomas.
No, I'm going Offerdahl there, bro.
Offerdahl? Oh, cool. And then they're outside.
Wait, by the way, Cameron Wake was a linebacker, not a DN.
Well, he was a DN. He played.
Well, then why do they have it? Well, then why does Bleacher Report have him as one of the 12 greatest linebackers in franchise history?
He played both. He played when he first.
Oh, so I can have him at the end. Okay. Oh, by the way, I got you a number 50, Larry Gordon.
Larry Gordon.
Yeah, that's the number 50. By the way, there's Bob Rudzinski, Mike Colin. Let's see here. Joey Porter. I'm gonna have to go Joey. Probably either. Man, Joey Porter, man.
And then of course you got defensive end over Cox.
Bro, they have Bleacher Report. By the way, has Zach Thomas number 1, Nick Bonicatti number 2, and John Offerdahl number 3, followed by Brian Cox. I might go Nick Bonicatti then. Man, that's good. I forgot about Nick. Don't ask me how to spell it. I'm not Italian.
Yeah, me neither.
Buonacati. Buonacati.
So it's You got Phillips.
And Channing Crowder was a Gator. I ain't ever gonna put him on no Dolphin great list. Give me a break. Channing Crowder.
Best middle linebacker, number 52.
I bet you listen to him every day, don't you? On the drive hour.
If I
Right
could, I
before
would.
your show. Right before your show, you're jamming to some Channing Crowder on QAM, ain't you?
And he's a big Tua supporter too. So
look at that! Look at him blushing. Yep, look at that. Yeah, I was gonna say Junior Seau too. Dang, it's tough, but I'll stick with what I had.
right, and your secondary.
Louis Oliver.
Gator.
I'm saying it loud and proud because I know Big Nick's in the audience. Louis Oliver. And then I'm gonna go Xavier Howard. Troy Vincent.
And then who's the other safety?
Let me think a second. All right. I think I'm gonna go. Who was the safety? Brock Marion, was he a safety or a corner?
Yeah, who's the safety?
I'll take Brock Marion. No. I know who I wanted.
Who's that?
Rashad Jones.
Yeah, G5.
That dude. He can catch almost as good as Xavier Howard too. He picks balls off the turf, man. That guy's good.
You have a good run stuffing line secondary.
That's right. I know everybody's hating me for not putting Madison or Surtain in there. Patrick Surtain, I might change out because, man, he was freaking good, man. God, he was good, man. I know everybody reaches for Madison first, but we forget how really good Patrick Surtain was, man. He was such a lockdown DB, man.
He was physical too. He was very physical.
And we had Tim McKyer for a second, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember him, but I
thought we had him at later in his career after he already put in all the work with like San Francisco or somebody.
Yeah, but he was a very good press cornerback.
Jeremiah Bell, JB Brown. God, we've had our secondary has been like our wide receiver room over the years, man. We could probably list 30 DBs that are like equally as good as each other. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Brent Grimes.
We haven't even scratched it. We got one in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you know.
Jake Scott?
Yeah. He's in the Hall of Fame, right? No.
I know he was an MVP.
No, he was Super Bowl MVP, but his number is retired thanks to Mr. Marino. Yeah, we've had some great Brent Grimes, Terrell Buckley. Although I'd say Terrell was probably better in Green Bay than he was for us, but he was still locked down for us.
Well, one thing about
Marion, I got Brock Marion on my team, Pete.
One thing about Terrell Buckley, though, is it was he either made a big play or he gave up a big play. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was, yeah.
So anyway,
he wasn't willing to interfere. He wasn't willing to take the penalty. That's why. Yeah, Troy Vincent was on my team too, Heffel. I got Vincent on there.
My brother-in-law has a signed Terrell Buckley jersey. So
wow.
Yeah, TJ McDonald was good too. We had
Jarvis
McDonald.
Williams. Didn't we have a Jarvis Williams? He was great.
C. Hoffo, Terrell Toast Buckley.
Yeah, man. God, wicked man. We could create a defensive back Hall of Fame just on the guys we've had on our team. And look at the wealth of riches we got now. All of those guys will be talked about. Like, we'll have to fit them in the next time we have this conversation, like 5 years from now. You know, Javon Holland. You know, maybe Cam Smith. Who knows?
Maybe Brandon Jones.
Yep, you got tacklers like Cater Kahoo that are just, you know, shut down run stoppers. You got, you know, all these guys, man. Yeah. Brandon Jones, sure.
So here we go. We have, here's your quarterback, Dan Marino, Ricky Williams, and you got your wide receivers, Chambers, Marty Booker, Tony Martin, Duper, and Wes Welker. So who are the inside and who are the outsides?
Well, I'm sending Wes in the slot, obviously.
And then Chambers, I guess, or Marty Booker, or Chambers.
I want Booker and Chambers on the perimeter.
Okay.
Because they can both catch.
So I guess Duper and Welker being insides.
In the slot. But Duper we sent long too, bro. He can catch too. Maybe I'll trade one of them out or something. No, I'm gonna send Duper on a deep post. Chambers and Booker are gonna be on the perimeter, and Wes is gonna clean it up in the middle since we don't have a tight end.
No, it's Tony Martin. I thought it was Booker.
Oh yeah, Tony Martin. That's right. Oh yeah, Tony Martin is going to be definitely on the perimeter.
And by the way, I talked to Dr. Reginald. You could be a part of this too if you want, man. I encourage you to, because we're gonna do wide receiver 101.
Oh, cool.
With Dr. Reginald.
Cool.
So
I'll bring the one.
And, we have the tackle was Del Breen or something like that.
Well, an outside post, Pete, would be a corner route.
Yeah. You had Incognito, Dwight Stevenson, Sims, and Webb, and then the other guy, I can't pronounce his name. That other tackle, the left tackle is. Right tackle was, I forgot what it was.
Oh, my left tackle was Sims, I believe.
No, Webb.
Webb, Sims or Webb.
And the other one.
Sims and Webb on the left.
And who's on the right?
On the right was Dellenbach and
Dellenbach.
Incognito.
Okay, and then you got Jason Taylor, Jeff Cross, Bowens, and then Wake, then Phillips, Porter on the outsides, then Offerdahl in the middle. You have G5 and Lewis Oliver as safeties. On the outside is Howard and Surtain. You said you wanted to switch Surtain, right? Or you want to keep Troy Vincent?
Oh, I'm keeping Troy Vincent.
Okay, Troy. So it's Xavier Howard, Troy Vincent. So that's pretty much the ultimate team, man. I'm gonna be during the off season. I'm gonna start putting all the teams together for everybody and put them down on social media so everybody can look at.
And also, one other thing. I guess Pete's right. You could have an outside post if you're like on the if you're on let's say the right hash mark. And you've got a receiver on the outside, he could run a post. But you could also have the inside guy on the inside of the line run a post that runs outside to the corner, but it's actually a post route. So, yeah, I guess you could have a outside post technically, depending on if you're not in the middle hash. If you're right, if you're on one of the hashes.
Shout out to Anthony Piolucci with the $5 donations. We traded Agunlier for Booker. I'll never be okay with that. Yeah, man.
Agreed with not being okay with it. I did like Marty Booker as a wide receiver, but I wasn't okay with that trade either. That ended up not working in our favor, I would say.
By the way, Anthony Piolucci, I'm gonna see if he was in the blender. I'm gonna see if I could bring him over to one of the smoke lounge. He's a good dude, man.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Yeah, if you ever see he's on the playlist. If you ever get a chance to look at his In the Blender episode, he's good. You'll really dig his interview. So before
I
we
know
wrap
that
this
you
up,
got my favorite logo sitting behind me too.
the dolphin,
Yeah.
the cursive, yeah.
It's my favorite.
Oh yeah. Your favorite logo? The lamp?
No, the one you got in the background sitting behind my window.
Oh,
No, on my background, like my StreamYard window, the overlay, I should say, that you got on the StreamYard window.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you're talking about
The logo that's behind my StreamYard window.
Okay, yeah. It's a good background. I'll send you the picture so you could you want to use it.
I'm guessing the dates from the top, the logos are above them because those aren't right.
And then they got the toothpaste one and the one after that.
Right. The toothpaste one, is that what you call the one I like?
No, this one right here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, no doubt. Looks like Aquafresh.
Yeah, the blue whale, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I appreciate Mr. Anthony Piolucci, man. He's a good dude. He's I'm hoping he lives in over in Daytona. I'm hoping to get a beer with that dude one day. Also, he has a long. Like I said, if you watch the episode, I'll text it to you. He has a business called Piolucci Landscapes, and his logo is a dolphin. It's almost like the Dolphins. So he's a diehard Dolphin fan, just like us, man. Like I said, a great interview. Any final words before we wrap this up, man? And once again, I appreciate you. And
it was. I was a little scared coming in, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Good, man. We get to talk.
I learned about myself a little bit. I didn't know all that about color.
Me neither.
No, but really, thank you for having me, Shake. I've been chomping at the bit to get in here.
Me too, man.
Now you got me all blended up and mixed up. And how do I taste, man? Am I like as good as any mixed drink?
Yeah. By the way, we're gonna do a makeup episode because this, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no problem. There's always season 2.
Yeah, for sure.
You could put me at the front burner of season 2 or something.
Yeah, I will, for sure.
No, I'll do it again though if you want. If you want to catch another episode for season 1, we certainly could do it again.
For sure, man.
If you want to get something down on the books better or whatever, delete this old one. We'll retcon it. That's what they call that, right? In the movie industry, we'll retconning.
But I didn't want to. I haven't missed an episode. I haven't missed a week yet, and I wasn't going to start today.
No, that's that's you, bro. That's why we love you over at the tailgate too, bro. Mr. Consistency right here. We found the gem, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you're liking and sharing this because Shake's doing helping Larry out a lot, keeping his channel running with some content throughout the off season. Larry's a busy guy.
Hey, by the way, Pete, tomorrow's the open panel, so you're more than welcome to, bro.
Yep, all open, all access, Pete. Friday night tailgate. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a cigar and drink after tonight. Oh man. So anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now with both of us. So
love all you guys, man. Fins up, gals, guys, everybody in between. Y'all have a great night.